Hey, what's up, y'all? So, let's continue. So, like I said, I want to make these videos short and sweet and to the point. So, like I said, I'm going to be showing you how to draw support resistance. I'm not going to show how to use it. I just want to show y'all how to draw it. Like, and the reason why is because a lot of traders, especially like on YouTube, like they go heavily into like drawing them just however, and then showing you how to use them just to get you to be on their page or whatever the case is on their channel. And this is no shade towards them. Everyone has their own way of doing things, and I get that. But I want to not only like show you how to draw support and resistance lines, but also how to draw them correctly, properly, and why they're supposed to be like this. So I want to try to keep this video under like 10 minutes if I can. So let's begin. So we're on the 4-hour chart, right? We're gonna go ahead and just do the daily just for this simple example here. So in this case, right, we can see clearly, if you don't know what your trends are, go ahead and look that up, but we can obviously see here that, you know, we're on the downtrend here. Okay, so we're gonna focus on this part of the trend here, right? So I'll just use my drawing tool here just to make it a little bit more simplistic here, right? So we have the swing down, swing up, swing down, swing up, right? Made a high, right? Then it made a higher low, went up, and then boom, now it broke to the downside, right? So this is basically like how it all contributes to the trend, right? That's it. Many times traders won't count this part here, right? They won't count that part. So when they don't count that part, it basically shows that they're just taking the initial swing downward. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you put, you know, a support and resistance line, now that is different because now you have lines that are actually like in this area here, right? So this is where that could have came from, that push toward the downside could have came from. So that lower high is what a lot of traders tend to miss, so to speak. So in this case, when I like to draw my support resistance, is fairly easy. So I usually like to use the line chart, not the candlesticks. So I like to just go to where the peaks are, right? So, excuse me. So in this sense, like this is a peak up here, right? Boom. And then all I will do is just copy and paste it to where this is. So, right, if I'm starting here and it's coming down, I don't really need to worry about these so much. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead. Okay, boom. This is the next peak that had a reversal here. Boom. I don't know why it's don't know why it's green. Okay. All right. And then I'll take this one. This is another reaction that came up to the top side, right? And then man. This is another reaction that came up. What is okay, my bad. So this is another reaction that came up to the top side, right? So then from here, we're looking at this area here. This is really all you like should be focusing on. Like that's it. So right now, what you can do is you can try to see like where the reactions come from those levels when the market gets there, right? So in this case, if the market comes there, then all right, cool. We'll see like how it bounces off, how it plays, so on and so forth, right? So I'm not going to show you how to use that. I just want to show you how to draw it and why, right? This is the way to draw them in this sense, because like, as you can see, like I didn't even go that way, like, right? But as you can see, like even here, like it plays to where it had a reaction here. It came down, right? At one point, this was support and then came back up. This was resistance. And then it just kept playing off of those highs and lows to where everything started to show its support. Now, see, this is a great key right here, great level here, right? In this case here, where you have like, there's a zone here, right? Where there's a level. Now this one, I'll paint this with red, right? Where this is here, if I have something that's like this, where I have several touches here, several touches here, several touches here, and then all of this back here, right? What I would do is I would put the resistance and support line right in between, right? Or if they're like touching both of them, like it's touching here, right? It's touching here and then it's touching here, right? So I'll try to do it at most to where it's almost touching both of them. And then that's where these lines come into place. So as you can see, like this red line that I drew, it's really, really powerful because even before, like we're prehistoric data, like I say prehistoric, but historical data shows like it's been respected. Oops, it's been respected over time, right? So like even here, like as far as you want to go, it's been respected, right? So these are the type of support resistance lines that you want to have like on your chart, right? This is where you want to have it. So even this being valid, like if I wanted to, I can go ahead and just like delete this one, right? And then I can make this one a very high probable line that I can say, okay, cool. Well, this one I can keep it red and just say, yeah, this is a strong one. So this is where like most traders go down to like a lower time frame, like maybe H4 or whatever, and then they start to see, okay, well now I want to see if there's going to be like any type of rejection here, and then this is how they start plotting their moves. Like that's it, and then from there you just start to see, okay, cool. Well, if I can, get on an entry here, and then maybe have like a set stop loss above or whatever the case is, and then maybe hit the next resistance line, then cool. That's totally fine. There's ways to go around that. Obviously, like I said, I'm just going to be showing you how to basically draw the support and resistance lines. And the reason for that is because a lot of traders, they end up using the chart lines. Like they end up using the candlesticks. And although they may be okay and fine, but if you start using the candlesticks, and let's just do this blue for this example, right? If you start using the candlesticks, right, and you say, okay, well, I see that this is a level here, so I'm going to mark this wick, right? And then I'm going to grab another one. I'm going to mark this wick, and then I'm going to grab another one. I'm going to maybe mark this wick, and then I'm going to grab another one, and maybe I'm going to mark this wick. Essentially, it's not wrong, but as you can see, like, even if you were to grab this zone here, which was this one here, like finding an entry there, you would have possibly been able to capitalize on, but this candle most likely would stop you out if you didn't wait. If you didn't wait, then that could have been like a very like bad component. Whereas here, right, where the black line is, right, you waited for price to actually turned over and actually came back down into your level. So once it crossed down towards your level, now you can say, okay, cool. Now I can wait for like some sort of pullback or some sort of entry to where I could have found something more appealing to my strategy or my style or just random support and resistance in that matter. So these are the type of support resistance lines that you want to take into key note taking to when you're drawing them. You don't want to just draw them blindly. However, the line chart is the candle close of each candle, right? That's in that direction, bulls and bears. So that's why I feel my opinion, like it's one of the best ways to draw your support resistance lines. Like all the great traders, they all know this. So they all know you don't draw your support resistance lines anywhere. There has to be a reason. There has to be a real reason why you're drawing them. You can't just draw them anywhere and just say, okay, well, I think this looks good. No. Like even if you want to do it on immediate, right? On immediate time frames, right? So even on immediate time frames, what you can do is you can find it here, right? So let's say, like I said, right, we'll do this for short. Let's just grab like a small trend, right? Boom, right? Because this is the same low as this. We're not going to count this, right? So we're going to go back. Oop. Right? This one, boom. This one, this one, right? Boom, we're going to use that, right? So now I know that because that's there, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw. We'll use blue. Keep it just simple. Boom. Remember I said about the rule, right? If it keeps like, if you have something here and then something here, just draw it in the middle, and this looks like a real good touch here. Okay, and then this can go down here, right? Cool. There you go. Boom, right there. So now if we go back to the line chart, we erase this real quick. Where we at? Boom. Boom. Right. Look how clean that looks. Just look how clean that looks. Like we got all of the opportunities of when it marked here, like you could have saw a quick opportunity towards the upside, right? Even if it came down, maybe got stopped out, right? But I mean, you really shouldn't be even looking for buys if you're in the downtrend. Like that's like obviously number one rule. But look how this cleanly came up, right? Gave you a beautiful double top, right? Double top, boom, and like immediately just got in and just rode it right down to the next area, right? Came up again, right? I'm sure like on the small, like smaller time frames, you could have found like a good like setup, right? And then boom, came right back down, broke, created another level support, came back up, tested here, consolidated for a bit, came down, and then boom, broke out, right? And then as soon as it broke out, what happened? It ended up coming back, made it a higher low, and then coming back up, breaking through that level of resistance, creating that support, and then going right back up. So like imagine like just catching a nice like entry, you know, like even I don't know, like let's just say you found something off here, and let's say like your stop loss was maybe 30 pips, right? And then like you're capitalizing on this move point towards the upside, right? Like 1 to 5, like that's half of a challenge, right? And it's just one of those type of things that it's just like, wow, I could really just like dissect this and like really use this on a day-to-day basis. So keep that in mind when you're using your support resistance line. So before I leave, I don't want to just show you how to like, you know, like how to draw them, but I don't want to just show you like how to draw support resistance lines. I want to be able to give you a few rules. Okay. So rule number one, right? Rule number one, how to draw support and resistance lines, right? So rule number one, we'll just do this. Use the line chart for better clarity, right? That's going to be your number one thing to do. Always jump to the line chart, right? Boom. And then rule number two. And this is really it, guys. And guys, like this is it. Rule number two. Use only deep swings and, well, I'll use the better term. Impulse moves, impulse and correction. So only use deep impulse and correction moves. That's it. So what that means, right? What these two rules mean here, right, is basically you want to use the impulsive move, the correction, the other impulsive move, the correction, and then the other impulsive move, and then the correction, and then have it continuously like following that. Like that's it. So until this breaks, right, you want to then just start following where the next levels are. So in this case, like if this is here, all right, where we are here. This is all right. So this one's right in the middle. So we're gonna call the sweet spot right here. So see how it's not touching there and it's not touching here, but it's touching around here on this area here, and also this little peak here. We're gonna use that. So in this sense, if price continues to break out and then go and like retest this area here, right? And then continue, most likely if it breaks out and retest, it most likely will come back up to this area, right? So just using those two rules right there, I almost like bet on it. Like you're gonna end up increasing your chances of getting into the right trades, right? So that's just basically it. So I know I said I was just gonna like help you draw them and then show you, but I just thought, you know what, I'll show you a little bit. So then now the next video that I'll be doing is basically like how to use it, but with an extra little tip to how to actually use them with another trick on the side. So I hope this video finds you well. Again, like I said, I want to keep it short and sweet. I don't want to just throw a lot of information into one video. That's just going to be, you're going to have to go back and like, no, I want you to be able to something that you can just take in. 1, 2 rules, boom, be done. And then automatically write this down on a little sticky note, on a little, you know, a little sticky note you can put on your computer, and that's it. Whether it be your laptop, your monitor screens, whatever the case is, and then just take that. So hope this helps. And yeah, have a good day, y'all. All right, peace.